In Excel, you can store data in a variety of formats and styles based off of your requirements for your data. You'll notice here in the example spreadsheet I've got some stock levels for some particular fruits and also the price assigned to each particular fruit. But you can see here there's a slight problem. Our price column in our table is showing the values as numerical values rather than having a pound sign and an extra decimal point for some entries as well. Luckily, Excel gives us quick ways of changing these formats so that if we do any calculations or formulas on these later on, those formats are going to pull across. Now, you might find that you can manually go in and type and adjust the formats manually, so I can type in a pound symbol plus the price, and you'll see that this now stores as a currency format. However, you can do this for more than one cell as well within Excel. So, there are a couple of different ways of doing this, and either way is correct. It's whatever works best for you. But to change the format, simply highlight the cells you wish to change the format for, and then in the Home tab of Excel, you'll notice there is the number section here with a few different icons. We firstly have a drop-down box here, and then we have an icon with some cash on, a percentage, an apostrophe, and these two icons here. So the drop-down box will be what we can use to change the format. So you'll see there are many options we can use here. These are just some standard default ones, but you can create your own custom formats if you'd like. And for our example, we're simply going to select on the currency value here. And you'll now notice that the entire column here for the price column has now changed the values to show, rather than numbers and decimal points, now showing the pound symbol before each one and the correct numerical values with the zeros and decimal points as we require. So that's one way of doing it. You can use this drop down section here. For currency or accounting formulas, you can simply click on this little cash icon and it will do a similar thing here for you. Obviously do note that the accounting format does slightly differ from the currency format. You also have the option to do a percentage, so you can show your values as percentages, as well as using a comma as well if you'd rather do that for particular numerical values. And then these two icons here adjust the amount of decimal places that we see on our particular values. So I'm just going to put that back to currency again. So as I mentioned, there are a couple of ways of doing this. Obviously, this is the most straightforward and quickest way of changing the values on the fly. But if you would like to have some more control over your particular cells and change some other options as well, if you right click on your selection and then select Format Cells, you'll be able to do a similar thing from here in the number tab. So you can see we've got multiple tabs here, but in the number tab, you'll have the ability to change all of the formats on here as well, just like we've done on the earlier methods shown in the Home tab. So that's just a quick way you can change the formats. And like I said, you can do this on a blanket amount of cells. You don't have to do it on individual cells. You can select a group, go into the Home tab in the number section, and then change these on the fly. And I'll just briefly show you if we do a quick calculation. So I'll get the total stock for my Apple entries, for example. Because we've applied that format in the price section, Excel now knows that the format needs to stay the same when we're doing any calculations on this as well. So there's a bit of intelligence here with Excel. Once you apply these formats, they will carry on down the line, so you don't have to keep manually changing these yourself.